Hi guys, so this is Fran with Ask Fran, and we are on episode 8 of our vlog. In our previous episode we talked a lot about like nutrient dense meals and a nutrient density test and what that meant and how I got well. And one of the most important things, life-changing things that I think were great for me was being able to talk to other people that were kind of in a similar boat. I started doing a lot of research into what to eat. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like. There were 5 major components to my diet that I focused on once I realized what was broken. I started avoiding the things that didn't serve me well, including things that are considered healthy but that I wasn't really digesting or absorbing, that were actually causing an inflammatory response in my body. So with those tests, I started avoiding things like ginger and pineapple and black pepper and white pepper and just tons of like things that I was very sensitive to. So your gut is very intuitive in that way. And I started reincorporating things. So like, for example, watercress was something that was probably at the top 10 of my daily things to consume. I would try to devour at least, my goal was 80 grams of watercress a day, but some days I couldn't get in more than 30. But my goal was to eat watercress on a daily basis. One of the 5 components I would say that were important was finding foods that were high fat, finding foods that were wholesome in its natural state. I wasn't really buying things that were refined or really using tofu or soy or refined products. I was eating something fermented every day for gut health. I was eating something raw with every meal because I feel like that was super important. I was focusing on eating my colors as long as it fit, obviously my overall goal for the day. And I was also focusing on, so let me see, fermented, raw, sprouted. I was sprouting my food. Sprouting is such an important aspect to health, and a lot of people bypass that. It's also very healing and therapeutic for yourself, but when you start thinking about eating for health, nothing is better for you than having something sprouted on a daily basis in your meals. I would sprout sunflowers, I would sprout broccoli, I would sprout radish, I would sprout bull's blood, a combination of things to kind of help me keep going and make my food interesting. So let me see, sprouted, fermented, raw, high fat, and very low carb, no sugar. So those were my 5 rules when I first started the diet, and that was the premise for me creating the building blocks of my new transition. As we start going through the next vlogs, I'll start preparing some things, giving you some recipes and tips and things you can do for yourself. But as you start looking through your pantry and making decisions as to what you're gonna keep, make sure that you're trying to keep foods that are as wholesome as possible, that are as in its natural state as much as possible, and things you can experiment with. If you like guac, make your own guac. Buy the avocado, blend it yourself. If you're gonna get pico, make your own pico. In your case, you wanna avoid a whole lot of tomatoes when you're doing keto, right? So we wanna make sure that as much as you possibly can, you're eating wholesome foods. You have enough fermented foods in your diet, so whether that means that you start fermenting your own in apple cider vinegar, or you start taking a shot of apple cider vinegar in the morning. I eliminated coffee. I eliminated things that were triggering my adrenals, and all of those things contributed to an overall healthy meal plan. In our next episode, we're gonna start giving our meal plan a little bit more shape so you can start participating in what that looks like, and then we'll start incorporating recipes and things like that that will help you along your journey and with your process. Another very crucial step before we start this goal is for you to understand how to detox your body. Detox doesn't come easy. It'll be a whole episode on this, and we'll talk in depth about what this looks and feels like, combined with nutrition, how that'll yield some of the results you're looking for. Once again, thanks for joining, and until next time.